What is up, sister friend? Welcome to another episode of Heart to Heart with me, your host, Emily. I hope you guys are having an amazing freaking day. I hope you're doing well. I hope you loved last week's episode. It was really cool to share a little bit of what energetic scheduling looks like. So I do those calls for other companies just to help them get more organized and help their employees and staff members just understand themselves a little bit more so they can have more productivity, but also kind of bond together more as a team. When you know a little bit more about who you are, you're able to share that with others, and it helps them get to know themselves more, right? It's kind of this beautiful trickle effect. It's really, really amazing. If you guys follow me on Instagram, this past week I was sick as a dog. Sick as a dog. I think so. Have you guys ever seen that documentary on Netflix? The one about lettuce and like E. coli breakouts and things like that. So I forget what it's called. But it talks about basically these horrible E. coli breakouts. And I am very susceptible to Netflix documentaries. A Netflix documentary is what made me vegan for 10 years. So is that gullible or passionate? I'm not really sure. But the podcast or the Netflix documentary that talks about the E. coli breakouts, I was like, never again will I eat romaine lettuce. Well, I seem to have forgotten that because there's this restaurant that I really love in Fort Collins that has vegan Caesar salads. And Caesar salad is on romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce is one of the biggest contributors to E. coli breakouts. I am pretty convinced. I didn't go to the doctor, but I am very convinced I had E. coli because it was an all-week event. I didn't eat hardly anything. I was holding on by a thread. It was really, really horrible. It was horrible. Today I'm feeling better. That's why we're recording the podcast today. And I just to talk about this on an energetic level, there has been a lot of like heaviness in my life. And sometimes I just feel like, not that I'm being punished, but it's almost like, sometimes you just physically get sick. And it's almost like energetically, it's like, okay, thank God we got sick because now we have time to regroup. And I think it was the regroup that I needed, the downtime that I needed, the break, the pressure was building, y'all. And as a mental authority projector, that means all my centers above, all of the centers below my crown and ajna are open. So it's similar to a reflector. I have similar qualities to a reflector in that I absorb everything. I'm like a sponge. And with my job, I'm with people via Zoom all the time and really just taking in their problems, what they're dealing with. And as a 5-1 projector, I want to solve all of their problems. And this builds for me, not just in my business life, but in my career, but also my personal life. And so I think having this downtime was super important for me to really get into a place where I am like, okay, like today I feel a lot more like myself. I feel more clear headed. I feel like I know more of what I want. I know I keep saying that, but it just keeps evolving. So I'm feeling really good. Did my progress photos this morning. Me, my friend Emma and Chan are keeping each other accountable on our fitness journeys. I have my new Peloton. I'm going to take it easy this week. Definitely not going to push myself to work out. Going to do some yoga and mobility, and that's probably it while I re-nourish myself this week. There is no glycogen in these muscles, baby. There is Gatorade. That's it. That's it. So today, what I wanted to talk about, it was inspired by some text messages that I was getting this morning. And I think this will be super beneficial to just all of you out there who are beginning your entrepreneur journey. And, human design is something that it's not a belief system. Just a side note, human design is not a belief system. Okay. It's not a belief system. It's not something you believe in. Okay. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus as my Lord and Savior. I do not believe in human design. Human design is a science. Okay. It is that's been around for thousands of years, that is based on astrology and is based on I don't know how they do it, to be the person came up with this, but I need to do more research on that if I'm being honest, but it is not like a belief system. You don't believe in human design. It's just a tool, right? That's all it is. So human design is how I kind of assess people now that I've learned it, and it helps me communicate with them more effectively. And most of the people that I work with as one-on-one clients are manifesting generators and generators. It's very far and few between that I get a projector or a reflector. Reflector is your 1% of the population, so it's very rare to come across a reflector. I do know one, Tracy, but and Emily Roth. If you're listening to this, you're a reflector girly over there. But that being said, it helps me assess people. But I think no matter what your energy type, so remember the 5 energy types are manifestor, manifesting generator, generator, projector, and reflector. No matter what your energy type, you can still take nuggets from all kinds of different things. Like it's not supposed to be like, oh, well, I'm a projector, so I can't listen to that or apply that to me. No. No. That's not how this works. Okay. That's where we take over identification of it too far. It is a tool to help you understand yourself and others better and understand how to apply, the strategy of it to be more productive, to dive deeper into your business, to be a better entrepreneur. So that being said, I want to give you all a little bit of inspiration and motivation today, no matter what your energy type, no matter what your emotional authority, profile lines, things of that nature. And I will give you a little tidbit on how to apply it based on the energy type. So today, something that inspired me is I love when people start new things. I do. I love when people start scary things. That's why I love entrepreneurs so much, because I think you guys are the coolest people. You have this idea, you have all these ideas, and you make them into reality. You create something out of nothing. That is the most badass thing in the whole wide world. And if you don't see that, you better start giving yourself some damn credit for it, because girl, it is not easy and it is super scary. And most entrepreneurs or people who have ideas don't take action on them. There are so many people that are like, wow, like I had that as an idea and I didn't create it and someone else did. And there's so many people that when you tell them that you are an entrepreneur, they say, oh my God, I could never do that. So if you started your business, even if you have one client, even if you have no clients and you are creating something and you are putting it out in the world, you are a freaking rock star. And I want you to give yourself some credit. But let's say you're on this fence, you want to become an entrepreneur, you're starting this process, or you've been one for a while and you want to make a pivot and you're ready to add some new things into your business and you are freaking scared. You're so scared. You're like, what the hell? I know that feeling, the feeling of like, what if nobody likes it? What if they think it's dumb? What if they think I'm dumb? What if this is like the dumbest thing ever? What if I don't make any money? What if, they just run rampant, right? Those what ifs. And something I've always said to my fitness clients, but I've translated over now to you all, because I do truly believe, for me, my purpose is to encourage, like my gift from God is to be an encourager, to be there for people, to comfort and love and encourage people. That is my gift from God. It's a weird gift, to be honest, but it is my gift. And seeing things clearly. I feel like I see things very clearly. And so I feel like I see this so clearly. It's clear as day. And life happens on the edge of scary. You have to be scared for it to be anything. If it wasn't scary, if it wasn't terrifying, if it wasn't huge, it wouldn't matter. Like, think of like some big examples out there, like really big examples, like, and we can go like any direction with this, honestly. Like, when we want to make massive change, when we want to create something out of nothing, it requires balls. It requires full send, baby. Let's just do it. Because if you don't do it, you're going to regret it. You're going to be like, oh my God, why didn't I do that? You're going to be like 10 years from now, like, that was such a good idea. Why didn't I act on it? And most of us, on here in 20s and 30s, some of 40s, and you don't want to be 60, 70 years old and you didn't create the thing that you wanted to create. You are doing a disservice to the people that you want to serve by not doing the thing because you're scared. You're scared. Life is scary. Life is literally the most scariest thing in the whole wide world. Life is literally constant danger. Life is struggle and trouble and hardship and heartbreak and all of those things. You're trying to create something that's going to make an impact, that's going to help somebody, that's going to change the wavelengths of the world. And you're scared? If you could see my face right now, if you're watching the YouTube, sister friend. You don't have it. Like, what are you waiting for? A comet could hit our Earth tomorrow. You could die tomorrow. And you're going to let fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of success stop you? Come on. Come on. No, we were not born to stay small. We were not born to let fear make decisions for us, because fear is not you. Fear is not your true self. Fear is not your heart. Fear is a condition. And fear, if you are letting fear control your decision here with this, you're going to regret it. You're going to look back and say, what a baby. Why did I do that? I know for myself, when I was starting my business, I had a lot of fear. Okay. I have social anxiety. I have stress addiction. I have a million and one reasons why I shouldn't have started my business. I didn't have a formal college education. I didn't have a background in business. I didn't have a family who could support me if my business failed. I didn't have anything. I had nothing. And I'm not saying that because, like, oh, I'm better than you. I had nothing and I started from nothing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I was terrified. But I also knew that I didn't want to be the type of woman that let conditions stop me. I wanted to be able to look back and say, look, for myself, not for anyone else, because I had something to prove to me. Because my whole life, I said, you don't deserve this. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You are not enough. People don't see you. Who are you? You're non-existent. And so I had to prove to myself that there was nothing that I can't do. And there's nothing you can't do either. My whole life, my parents said, you could be anything you want. There's nothing you can't accomplish. There's nothing you can't have. They were very encouraging for parents that didn't really know what they were doing. And I had this doubt and fear in myself that I couldn't do things because I had so many things that had failed in the past. I had a failed marriage. I didn't finish college. I started and stopped like 3 times. Now I did get my associate's degrees. I'm going to give myself a little credit there, but it took a hot minute. I think I was like 25. It took like, when I got my associates, like I was living at my ex-husband, he was my husband at the time, my ex-husband, parents' house. I had a car that was falling apart. I was a dog walker, was working 3 jobs. I got divorced, moved to Colorado, couldn't find a job to save my freaking life. It's not because I was endowed with like special powers. I just made a decision that, yeah, it was scary, but I had nothing to lose because I could either do the scary, hard thing or continue to stay where I was. Where I was not acceptable. It was not acceptable. Not being able to pay my bills, unacceptable. Not being able to go out to eat if I wanted to, unacceptable. Not being able to further my education if I wanted to, unacceptable. These are unacceptable things. And I knew that there were women out there who needed me because I knew I was really good at my job. I was really good at my job. If you look at my page, you scroll back, I had so many great clients. I got amazing results that felt like their life had changed, that I had helped them do that. If I had stayed in my shitty apartment, wallowing in self-pity, wallowing in fear, those women's lives wouldn't have been changed because I was thinking only about myself. And I was only thinking, oh, poor me. Life is so hard. Life is going to be hard no matter what. Life is going to be hard no matter what. And so if you are scared, it's okay. Be scared. Do it anyway. Because you get one life, one chance, one opportunity. Am I about to break out an Eminem rap? I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. And a lot of us on our entrepreneur journey, I really believe in that first year, you're just You're trying to keep your head above water, girl, aren't you? You're just trying to make it through 1 year. Get some damn clients. Help somebody. Make some kind of money. Something. And it's crazy that first year. Hell, I'm almost to year 3 and I'm like, still like, oh my God, this is so crazy. This is nuts. But if you're like me, this is plan A. There is no plan B. I have no plan B. There is no plan B. It's this and that's it. And if this is it, if this is the only thing, you will do whatever it takes because you're all in. The chips are all in because you're betting on yourself, because you know you will show up and you will do the work and you will make it happen. You have to. Because you don't just get those ideas and dreams and instincts and pushes for no reason. That's God talking to you saying, hey, I want you to do this. I want you to do this scary thing. I want you to make a difference. I want you to change my world for the better because I gave you these gifts and I want you to use them. They're not to waste. Yes, our conditioning and all of that, like sometimes it takes forever to find your freaking gifts. I mean, I'm 31 years old and I just realized that being an encourager is a gift. I just thought it was just something I did, but it's a gift. People tell me all the time, thank you for the encouraging words. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for saying that. I just thought I was nice. No, I'm just an encourager. That doesn't come naturally to everybody. And maybe your gift is execution or serving or leading or generosity or who knows? Everybody has different gifts. Everyone. You got to use them. And if you're an entrepreneur, your gifts are your superpower and they are going to make the biggest difference in this world. And I could ramble on this to the cows come home because I really believe in each and every one of you, because you don't just get an idea for no reason. If you're like, oh my God, I would love to start a small women's circle where we blah, 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 we whatever. You don't just get that idea for no reason. It got you excited. You wrote it down. I used to have this book binder that I would write 1,000,001 ideas down. And I still write. Yesterday, I was writing some down myself yesterday. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do this. This would be so powerful, right? And these are all these things that I know I'm going to be able to do one day. Just going to continue my path, right? And so back to the original point, if you are there right now, if you are just starting your fitness journey, if you're starting your business, your fitness business, or if you're making a pivot or you're trying to add something new in, or you want to do something different that most people aren't doing in this space, go for it. Do it anyway. Do it scared. Just do it, because you never know what kind of impact you're going to make and you never know where it's going to lead. Stop being scared, girl. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're a rock star. There is nothing you cannot do. There is no, I'm not kidding. There's nothing you cannot do. Every time I hit a milestone, I'm like, holy, what? And remind myself, there's nothing I cannot do. Because if I want to do it, if it's on my heart, if it's something that I'm mental. So everything for me is in the head. But if it comes to my mind and I feel like this feeling, this like, oh my God, yes. Like, it's like God speaking directly to me. I need to do it. It's got to happen. And so per energy type, you need to follow your strategy. Okay. So whatever idea, whatever thing you want to do, you got to follow your strategy to stay in alignment, to stay on the path. And something I encourage is knowing your not self of your energy type. So and each energy type has their not self. And I think the not self is super powerful. I think we try to avoid the not self because it's like negative. It's not negative. It's information. Anything that's a no, anything that's like any kind of like resistance, it's information. What is this trying to tell me? So each energy type has its not self. So for example, I'm a projector. My strategy is to wait for the invitation. If you are a projector, wait for the invitation. It's not saying sit back, relax. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not saying don't do anything. It's saying wait for the invitation. So what that looks like, show and tell. Okay, projectors, show and tell. This is me showing and telling. I'm showing my energy. I'm showing what I care about. I show what I do. And then if you are interested, you ask me. You ask me a question. That's me waiting for the invitation. It's not over initiating. My not self is bitterness. Okay. So projectors, we usually experience bitterness because we over initiate, we overly put ourselves out there asking, being like, hey, are you interested in this? Hey, are you interested in this? Hey, blah, 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 blah. And then nobody's like, I don't want that. Nobody's like picking up the phone and asking. Then we feel bitter, right? We're like, well, this is so valuable. Why don't people want this? Right? My not self. So if I'm feeling bitter, it's usually because I'm not following my strategy. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And so if I see myself in the not self, then I can reevaluate what I've been doing, be like, oh, okay. Been pushing too hard, trying to force it. Need to go back to show and tell, right? Wait for the invitation. Okay. For the manifesting, or I'm sorry, let's do generators. So for generators, this is most of the population. So this is why I definitely want to do this one next. So generators, your strategy is to respond, but kind of like wait to respond. And I think this one gets a little confused sometimes. So you guys are responders. You got a response to everything. Okay. But you're kind of like waiting for the response. So what I mean by that is generators, you're usually things are coming into your space for you to respond to. So you're not like going out there seeking for things to respond to. You are kind of like waiting till they come on your doorstep and then you're responding. Okay. You guys have that sacral energy. And so you kind of have this like yes or no, like you just know, you're just kind of like yes or no, you know how to respond. Like if I'm like coffee or tea, Chinese or Mexican, you're like Chinese, coffee, whatever. That's your strategy. Your not self is frustration. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me double check. It's frustration. I was like, anger or frustration. That's manifest. Okay. Anyways, your guys' is frustration. Okay. So if you're feeling frustrated by anything, maybe it's just not going right or doesn't feel right, or you're feeling frustrated that you're doing all these things and nothing is happening and you're just getting frustrated. Maybe you're responding to the wrong thing. Okay. So you need to pay attention to your frustrations because that's telling you, hey, maybe this is not for me. And you need to pay attention to that. Is it not lighting me up? Am I doing things that like don't light me up? And that's why I'm frustrated. Am I giving a lot to other people and not getting anything in return? Is that why I'm frustrated? These are the things for the generators. Okay. Manifesting generators are little hybrid queens over there. If you're on my email list, I've been doing a 5-week series on each energy type. And I compared the manifesting generators to the hybrids in Vampire Diaries, because that's what you all are, like a vampire and a werewolf all in one. If I was to, I would say generators are werewolves and manifestors are vampires. And the manifesting generators, you're the hybrids. So manifesting generators, okay? We love you guys. Austin's a manifesting generator. Okay. You are a mix of the two. So your strategy is to respond and to inform. Okay. So what that means is, like the generator, you need to wait to respond to things, wait for them to come into your space and then respond to them. But also you have that initiation power and that ability to inform others of what you're doing. This is what I'm going to do. What do you think? Right? This is the strategy for you. And some people have more manifestor, some people have more generator in their profile, depending. I would have to see your specific chart. But this is your opportunity. You got a little bit of both. So you got to manifesting generators, because of this respond and inform, you got to play around, you got to experiment, you got to test things out. You got to ask yourself, is this actually for me? Ask yourself that. So important, especially if you're starting something new and you're diving into something scary, ask yourself that. Your not self is frustration and anger. So you might feel frustrated because things aren't going the way you would like, or you're feeling overdone, or you're feeling like you're being over asked. You might feel anger because like nobody's listening to you, or you feel like there's been anger is more of an injustice feeling, like something was done that isn't fair, right? Or isn't correct. So pay attention to that as well. For the manifestors, okay, your strategy is to inform. Okay. So you feel a lot of impulses, a lot of like you just have all this like, yes, yes, get that, crank that out, make that happen. You need to let people know. So if you have a team or if you have a partner, or you have someone, this is the thing I want to do. You inform them of it, you get that feedback, and then you go get it done. Okay. You're not self is anger. You feel angry if things are not going, if you are out of alignment, if you are out of alignment, if you are doing things you're not supposed to be doing, you're going to feel angry. Okay. And as women, I think we struggle with anger. I think we always say, oh, I'm frustrated. Anger and frustration are very different emotions. Okay. Anger is, like I said, an injustice, something done that wasn't fair or right. Frustration is different, right? It's like there's friction, there's resistance, there's irritation. It's a little bit different. Okay. So when you're starting something new, talk to people, inform them, let them know. And if you're telling the world what you're doing, inform them of it. Take initiative, take massive action, initiate things, but you need to let people know what's actually happening, before you dive into it, because it might not be something they need, right? That's kind of something y'all struggle with. And then reflectors, our beautiful, beautiful reflectors. So your strategy is to wait a lunar cycle. And what that means is you guys just need to take your time when making decisions. So if you're starting something new, you're starting your business, give it a month, play around with it, figure out what you want to do with it, decide more, give yourself that space. Okay. And then your not self is disappointment. So if you don't use your strategy properly, you're going to feel disappointed. So if you rush things, if you force things, if you don't give yourself time to figure it out, you're going to be disappointed. Okay. So you really got to listen to that strategy. Each strategy is crucial for you to be successful. They're designed for a reason. And I'll say from my own personal experience, after listening to my strategy of waiting for the invitation, I feel so much better. I just feel so much better. So it's just very, very helpful. So I hope if you have more questions on that, you can totally message me on Instagram. You can also join my Energetic Ladies chat. We talk about this in there as well. Currently in my Energetic Ladies chat, we are walking through a breakup with your phone challenge. So freeing up some of our energy that our phone kind of sucks out of us. So that's still going on. You feel free, you can still join. And then my energetic scheduling 101, I dive deeper into each energy type as well as how to apply it to your energetic schedule. So it's 15 lessons going over each energy type and then diving in how to create an energetic schedule and how to apply it to your energy type. So the link is below. It's downloadable. And it is $57. So you can go ahead and check that out and get going on your own energetic schedule. I currently am holding off on opening up any mini sessions for the month of December, but I will be opening those back up in January. So look forward to that. I'm very excited. I might add some more human design readings into the mini session. So guys, just keep up to date there. If you're more interested in human design stuff, please let me know. I would be just love getting feedback on what you guys are looking for and what would be important to you. And if just learning about your human design is more important to you, we could talk about that as well. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Please share this with your friends. If you found this helpful, please let me know. All feedback is good feedback. And I hope you all have an amazing day and I will talk to you soon.